Welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it held, it is behind you now. Completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close. Gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good, and let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, whatever was hard, whatever felt heavy, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The earth has you. The orchard has you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere the apple trees have given everything they have, and the ladders are put away, and the crates are in the barn, and the orchard is resting now in the golden light of a late October afternoon. Come with me. The lane. Imagine a lane beside an orchard. October, late October, the lane unpaved, or paved once, long ago, the tarmac now broken at the edges by years of frost and root, the surface more suggestion than certainty. The trees overhang it, apple trees, their branches extending above the lane from the orchard side, reaching toward the light over the lane. The branches, the thick, gnarled, spreading branches of old apple trees that have been extending themselves toward the available light for many decades. The leaves, still on many of the branches, but turning, the apple tree leaves in October, not the dramatic turn of the maple, not the crimson and flame of the ornamental trees. Something quieter, the yellowing of a tree that has spent its summer and is settling into the next thing. Yellow, gold, some still green, the variety, the leaf litter on the lane, the fallen leaves collecting in the lane's edges, in the ditch, against the roots of the trees, wet from yesterday's rain, dark, the smell of them, wet leaves in October. There is no smell more autumn than this. The orchard. You step through the gate to the orchard itself. Old iron gate, its hinges slightly rusted. They have been slightly rusted for as long as anyone can remember. The gate opens. It has always opened. The rust is not a problem. It is simply time made visible on metal. The orchard, the trees in their rows. Old rows, not the precise spacing of a modern orchard, where everything is calculated for machine access and efficiency. The old spacing of trees, planted by someone who was thinking about shade and about the bees, and about the way the trees would look when they were fully grown. Old, that is the word for these trees. Old apple trees, their trunks broad, their bark rough and furrowed, the lichen on it, the same lichen that finds old bark everywhere, the gray-green of it, the slow growth of it indicating this tree has been here long enough for lichen to have had time. The branches, spreading, not the tight, upright form of the young tree, the spreading, reaching, confident form of a tree that has been growing outward for a very long time. And on some of the branches, still, the last apples, not many. Most of the fruit was picked. The harvest is over the crates in the barn, the pressing done, the juice and the cider already in their barrels or their bottles. But some, a few, the last apples, the ones too high to reach easily, the ones hidden in the deep of the canopy and missed, the ones that ripened later than the rest and were not quite ready when the picking came through. They are there, on the high branches, the last apples of the season, red or yellow or the particular complex color of an old variety apple that is neither exactly red nor yellow, but something in between: the russeted skin, the rough texture, the color that changes as you move around it. They hang, heavy, still, the weight of a ripe apple on a branch, the branch dipping very slightly with it, the gravity of it, the apple's whole season in its weight, the blossom in April, the slow swelling through summer, the color coming in September, the fullness of October, all of that in the weight of one apple, still there, still hanging. Ruth, she is in the orchard, walking the rows. Her name is Ruth. She is 60 years old. She has been tending this orchard for 35 years. Before her, her father-in-law George, who planted many of these trees, who chose the varieties that grow here with the considered attention of someone who understood that the choice of a variety is a choice made for the long term. These trees will outlast him, will outlast his children, will outlast people not yet born. George is gone. Ruth keeps the orchard for George and for herself, and for her husband David, who works it with her, and for the trees themselves, who do not know about any of this, but simply grow. She walks the rows, not working. The work is done. This walk is different. The end of harvest walk. She does this every year. After the picking is over, after the ladders are put away, after the press has been cleaned, and the cider is in the barn, she walks the orchard. All of it, every row, every tree. She looks at them. She notes how they did. The variety that had a magnificent year, heavy with fruit, the flavor exceptional. The old tree at the far corner that bore less than usual. She will look at that one more carefully in the spring. She walks the smell, the orchard in late October. The smell, apples, not fresh apples, or not only. The smell of apples at the end of the harvest is more complex than the smell of the picking. The apples still on the trees, their skin releasing the esters and the aldehydes and the terpenes that constitute the apple's smell. Not the sharp, clean smell of a just picked apple, but the deeper, riper, slightly fermented smell of an apple that is passing its peak, not rotting, past perfect. There is a distinction. The apple past its perfect moment has a smell that is warmer and deeper than the perfect moment smell. A smell that carries more of the apple's history. And on the ground, the wind falls, the apples that fell of their own weight when the tree decided they were finished. The windfalls that have been there for a week, 2 weeks. Their skins broken, their interiors fermenting very slightly in the October air. The smell of windfall apples, the smell of sugar returning to the earth. The wasps know this smell. They are here fewer now in October than in August, the cold having reduced them. But some, moving between the windfalls, finding the fermented juice, and beneath the apple smell, the earth, the old orchard earth, the soil that has been receiving apple matter, for as long as these trees have been dropping their leaves and their windfalls. Decade after decade of organic matter returned to the earth below the trees. The richest soil, the darkest, the most alive. The bench at the orchard's edge, a wooden bench under the largest tree, a bench that George put here. Ruth does not know exactly when. Before she came, she has asked, and the answer was always vague. Oh, it's always been there. It has always been there. The bench under the large tree at the orchard's edge, facing the rows, looking into the orchard. She sits on it every year after the end of harvest walk. She sits, she looks at the orchard, the trees, the last apples, the light through the branches, the October light that is different from the September light, that is different from the summer light. The October light low, warm, finding the orchard at an angle that the summer light never finds, finding the apple skins, the last apples, making them glow, each one lit from the inside. What the orchard is, Ruth knows. She has known for a long time. The orchard is not what she thought it was when she first came here. She thought it was a crop, a productive thing, trees that make apples, apples that become cider, cider that is sold. That is the orchard. She was not wrong, but she was not all the way right. The orchard is also, and more primarily, a community. The trees, the soil below them, the fungi in the soil, the mycorrhizal network that connects these root systems to each other and to the organisms of the soil, the birds that nest in the old branches and eat the insects that would otherwise damage the fruit, the bees, the honeybees from the hives at the orchard's edge, and the wild bees, the solitary bees, the bumblebees, the bees that pollinated every one of these apples in April, the wasps whose queens will overwinter in the bark of these trees and emerge in spring, the lichen, the mosses, the wild flowers in the grass between the trees, the grass that Ruth does not cut in spring so that the flowers can bloom and the bees can find them. All of this together is the orchard, not the apples, the community, the varities. She knows them all, each variety, by name and by character. The Cox's orange pippin, the classic English apple, its skin a warm orange-red flush over a yellow base, its flesh crisp and juicy, its flavor the most complex of the orchard, the Bramley large green-yellow cooking apple, too tart to eat raw, but transformed by heat into something extraordinary. The Bramley tree at the orchard's center, the oldest tree in the orchard. George planted it. Ruth calls it George. The russet, the roughened skin, the nutty flavor, the apple that keeps longest, that sits in the store through the winter, improving. The Egremont russet, the Norfolk biffin, the Pitmeston pine apple, named for its pineapple notes. The flavor not pineapple exactly, but something tropical and surprising in an English apple. She knows the character of each, which ripens first, which keeps longest, which needs the most attention, which in a good year produces something almost miraculous. Each one its own, each one chosen by George for a reason she sometimes understands and sometimes simply trusts. The evening, the light is going. Slowly, the October afternoon light moving toward evening, the warmth in it cooling, the shadows lengthening, the last apples on the branches catching the last direct light, glowing, then the light leaving them, the orchard going from gold to gray, not suddenly, the way all the light changes in autumn. Gradually, the colors going out of things, the world becoming more itself and less its color. The trees, still there, more present in the fading light, somehow, their shapes clearer, the structure of them, the trunk, the branches, the branching of the branches, the smaller branches, the twigs, all of it more visible now that the leaves have thinned, and the light is not confusing things. The orchard in evening, the bare bone of it beginning to show, the structure beneath the summer, the cider barn behind the farmhouse, the barn, the cider barn, inside the press, old, the wooden frame of it, the oak of it, the iron fittings, the press that has been pressing apples from this orchard for longer than George planted these particular trees, and the barrels, the new season's cider, in its barrels, fermenting very gently, very quietly, the yeast doing what yeast does, consuming the sugars, producing the alcohol, producing the carbon dioxide that bubbles very slowly through the airlock. The sound of it, very faint, if you put your ear close to the airlock, the very faint sound of a bubble. And then another, the cider breathing, finding what it will become. Not yet cider, still becoming, growing still. Ruth is on the bench. The light is almost gone. The orchard is gray. The last apples still there, still on the high branches. The bench beneath her, the old tree above. If thoughts are arriving, and they probably are, because that is what minds do, they are not staying long. The orchard takes them. The trees, old enough that they have seen many thoughts pass through. The thoughts come, you notice them. The orchard receives them, as the orchard receives everything. The fallen leaves, the windfalls, the years, all of it received. Nothing wasted, everything returned to the earth. You don't need to hold any of them. Just the bench, just the orchard, just the last apples, just Ruth still here, looking at the trees George planted. Peace lives in this orchard, in the old trees and the rich soil, and the 35 years of Ruth's faithful tending, in the cider fermenting in the barn, in the season done, and done well. Tonight it is yours. Good night. You are doing so beautifully. The day is done. You came to the orchard tonight. You walked with Ruth through the rows. You smelled the windfall apples and the wet October leaves. You sat on the bench under the largest tree and watched the last light find the last apples. The orchard received you, as orchards receive people who come to them in the right season with the right attention, with the apple smell and the lichen-covered bark and the accumulated richness of the soil, and the cider quietly fermenting in the barn. Carry it with you on the depleted days, the days when you have given everything and the harvest is in, and you are not sure what is left. Remember this bench. Remember Ruth after the work is done, simply sitting, not evaluating, not planning, simply looking at the trees. The season complete, done well, and deserving of this. The sitting, the looking, the being in the place where the work happened and was finished. You know the way here now, but tonight you are already here. The orchard is around you. The last apples are on the high branches. The cider is becoming itself. Sleep now, deeply, completely. You deserve every apple-scented, leaf-soft, orchard-old, harvest-done, earth-rich moment of this rest. Every single one. Good night. Sleep well. The orchard through the night. The trees at night. The orchard at night. The trees' dark shapes against the slightly lighter sky. Old trees in the dark. Their shapes, the shapes that bare trees have, the shapes that become visible as the leaves thin and eventually go. These shapes are the accumulated decisions of 40, 60, 80 years of growth. Every branch where it is, because the tree put it there, reaching toward the light, away from the shade. The shape of each tree, the record of its particular life in this particular spot, with this particular history of sun and shade and pruning. Each tree its own, each tree different from every other, and yet all apple trees, all old apple trees in an old English orchard, sharing something that makes them family. What the soil holds, the soil below the orchard, the earth, dark, the color of earth that has been receiving organic matter for decades, the fallen leaves of 60 autumns, the windfalls, the prunings, the organic matter of the orchard returned to the soil year by year. The organisms that live in it, the earthworms. Ruth knows there are many earthworms in this soil, far more than in the surrounding fields. She has looked. She has found them. The earthworms that pull the organic matter down, that aerate the soil, that make the dark richness visible. The fungi, the mycorrhizal network, the same network we have visited in the bamboo, in the lavender, in the forest. The network connecting these root systems. The apple trees sharing through the network. The oldest tree sharing with the youngest. The healthy sharing with the stressed. The network without judgment, without preference, simply the connection. Everything shared. The wasp's winter, the wasp queens, they are in the bark of the old trees, tucked into the crevices of the furrowed bark of the oldest apple trees. The new queens, the queens that were made in August when the colony was at its peak. and began producing queens. These queens mated. They found their winter shelters. They are there now, in the bark, torpid, the metabolic rate slowed to almost nothing, the cold of the October nights slowing them further. They will stay there through the winter, through the frost, through the snow that may or may not come. And in April, when the first warm days find the bark and warm the queen through it, she will emerge. She will begin to build a new colony from this one queen, using the bark of this apple tree as her winter shelter, using the spring flowers of this orchard for her first foraging. The wasp and the orchard, a relationship as old as orchards. Ruth sleeps well, the sleep of the end of harvest, the season done, the body that has been harvesting and pressing and carrying crates. That body is ready, more than ready. It has been ready for a week. The harvest kept going beyond the readiness. But now, the harvest is done, the body permitted to rest. She sleeps the deep sleep of someone who gave everything that was required, and then a little more, and has now earned the rest. Not the sleep of the lazy, the sleep of the spent, the most deserved sleep. David beside her, his breathing the breathing she knows, the farmhouse around them, the orchard outside, the cider in the barn, the last apples on the high branches, all of it as it should be, all of it done, the cider at night, the cider in the barn, in the dark, in the barrels, fermenting, the yeast still working. Slowly, the temperature in the barn cooler at night, the yeast slows in the cold, the fermentation less vigorous, the bubble through the airlock less frequent, but continuing, the transformation continuing, the apple juice that was pressed 3 weeks ago becoming something else. Slowly, in the dark, in the cold barn, without anyone watching, without needing anyone to watch. The process knowing what it is doing, the yeast knowing what it is doing, the sugars knowing they will become alcohol, the alcohol knowing it will mellow, the whole thing knowing it will be cider in its own time, ready in spring perhaps, or summer when it is ready, not before. The morning orchard. Ruth goes to the orchard in the morning. Not every morning, but most mornings, even in winter, even when there is nothing growing, nothing picking, nothing pressing. She goes, she walks the rows, she looks at the trees, she checks the way Seamus checks his lighthouse, the way Yashida checks his lanterns, the way Haruto sweeps his path. The checking is not for anything specific. It is the presence. It is the being in the orchard, the relationship maintained, even when there is no work, especially when there is no work, the relationship that says, I am here, the orchard is here, we are still doing this together. In the morning, the October morning, the frost on the grass, the apple trees in the cold, the last apples, still there, still on the high branches, until the wind takes them, or the frost, or the birds, the blackbirds and the fieldfares, and the redwings that will come in winter to find them. Ruth in the morning, in the orchard, looking at the trees, knowing them, still here, as the orchard is still here, both still here. Together, the orchard is quiet, the trees are dark, the last apples are on the high branches, the bench is empty, the gate is closed, the windfalls are on the ground, the wasps are in the bark, the queens waiting for spring, the cider is in the barn, fermenting slowly in the dark. Ruth is sleeping, David is sleeping, the season is done, the earth is receiving, as it always receives, everything returned, nothing wasted, and you are sleeping, deeply, completely, peacefully, in the orchard, in October, under the old apple trees, the harvest done, the earth rich, the cider becoming, the last apples hanging. Patiently, this is exactly where you should be. This is exactly what you deserve. Every apple scented, leaf soft, orchard old, harvest done, earth rich moment. Every single one. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Good night.